Hey there folks, welcome back. We're here again today carrying on the wood rack here. Since the last video, we finished all the staining and we've given a second coat to the lot as well, which is pretty good. And I've been away to the store and grabbed the missing set of casters, and I've gone for two with a break. One of the issues I've got here is this one is currently out of stock and this one is a different size. So what I've had to do is basically get a piece of wood which is going to sit there to deal with the height difference there. So with the wood there, that's pretty level now. So to start off today, we're going to get these fitted up and get all 6 casters in place, and then we can flip her over and we can start work on the boxes. Last one done. We'll just give this wood a quick paint and then we'll flip her over. Okay, there we go. Let's test these brakes. I've put them as far forward as I can so it's easy access for my foot. Just push it down like that. And the same again, like that. The floor's not level, so this isn't actually touching. Now it is. There we go. So obviously on an uneven floor it's not going to work very well, but you can see here the brakes are now on, it's not moving. You just flick them up with your foot to release them, like that. Now we're free to roll around. Right, let's get on with making some boxes. So for the boxes, I'm going to build a tall one in the middle, medium sized that end, and a low on this end. I'm just going to use some pallet wood, layer it up like this, and then another one as well. And then possibly one more for my first box. That creates the height there. We'll obviously have to chop some pallet wood down for the side pieces and then for these pieces as well. And we've got some of the leftover table, the offcuts, which I'm just going to basically put down inside here at the right place so I can screw in this way, screw in this way. We'll put one on the deck as well, screwed down, so we can screw in this way, and the same again this side, screw in. And then we've managed to get everything sort of secured down fairly straightforward without having to get too elaborate with the boxes. Obviously it's not a lot of space, so a height is going to be the key really. To kick things off, I'm going to get these measured up, these boards measured up and cut to length and screwed into the back. I'm going to cut them halfway down here because obviously they're not long enough. I'm going to cut them where they meet halfway on this joist here so that the other side, the extra half, can be used for the final piece going that way. So we're looking at 112.2. So that's what we'll cut them to. So we've marked out 112.2 and dropped the blade down just to double check. I'm just going to clamp it down so it doesn't move. Excellent. And now we can just place the plant pot as a temporary stopper. And now we can just cut the boards to length. There we go. Everything cut to length. Right then, let's get all these screwed in place. Okay, now that's done, we can cut some more boards to this side here. What we're talking about here, 57.5. So once again, we've measured it out to 57.5. Yep. Clamped it down so it doesn't move, set the temporary stopper, ready to make a cut. Now we can get these drilled and screwed in place too. There's a very slight overhang there, which we can just tidy up with the disc sander. Okay, nice and flush. So now we can put this piece in here, put it up with this end, and then make a cut just here. This is going to be the lowest box. We'll do another one as well, and then we can put a final finishing piece in this box here. That's 115.5 times 2. Right, got them cut now. Nice. Okay, perfect. I think we'll leave these two boxes the same height in the end, just rather than putting an extra piece in here. Just doesn't seem any point. Right, so now we're going to think about the outer edge before we do the sides. And basically to secure it to the floor essentially, I've got a bit of this offcut from the table. I'm going to cut it to length and tidy it up. Basically that's going to go down inside here like that, as you can see there. Screw that down to the deck, and then when we bot this up like that, we can then screw this in here, and then that's secure. So we're going to put in the bottom rung to start off and get that all in place, and then the side walls as well. The side walls we need to cut to 19.5, near enough. Yep, 19.5. So we can cut those while we're at it as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 side walls, 1 front piece, 19.5. This gap here is 48.5. Right, we've got all our bits cut to length, so we can get on with installing them. The first thing we're going to do is just install these down bits here. So we'll put the end piece up to where it needs to be, and then inside, put that up there as well, and then we can screw that down, and then we can screw it in from the side. So now you can see that piece is solid, that piece is now solid, and then we'll carry on doing the same as we go along. Go. So there's the 2 inner walls. So you can already sort of see that can just screw straight into there now. So next one. So obviously I'm not best pleased about that. I've made a bit of a boo-boo there with the measuring. But we'll leave it for now and we'll figure it out as we go. Because I'm going to put pieces like this in here so that as we're building it up, we've got something to screw into basically. But then on the next cut, we'll just make sure we cut it to the right length just to make it easy for fitting it up. So now what we're going to do is take this piece of the table here. We're going to put a piece in here and cut it to length here, 4 down. These side pieces, as we're building them up, can screw in from the back. The front pieces can screw into this side piece. This side the same. Front pieces can screw into these pieces, and these pieces can screw into these, which will be fixed in place. And then over this side, it'll be the same sort of story, but a bit higher. So for now, we're going to measure and cut these to length, and they need to be 27. Yeah. So let's get those cut. Right, we've pretty much got everything to cut to length, these bits and the side pieces. So we're just going to bosh on, get everything drilled up and in place. Right, I've reached the point now where everything is pretty solid. So now I've got this height difference, which we're going to have to basically mark, and I'm going to cut out on the jigsaw what I need to figure out this space in here. 53.5. So we just need to measure that, which is just shy of 6. Just shy of 6 here. Just get this straight edge. So that's what I need to remove. Just cut this piece off camera, just with a jigsaw. Got it all nicely lined up. Okay, solid. So this box is pretty much finished now. You can sort of see these bits of, well, for standing up really. Get the idea. Or you could obviously lay them down. You know, you're going to get plenty of smaller offcuts in there. So let's move on to finishing off the sides of the others. I've got this piece here which I'm just going to screw in again, just so that these bits here have got something to bite into. I've just cut a little shimmy piece here just to bring us back up to level. Just cut a little wedgie piece just to get the level. Same again, another little piece just to cap this off. Nice and snug. So that's everything pretty much in place. I assume you get the idea. Bigger pallets can sort of stand in the box like that and they're not going to go anywhere. Obviously you're going to get quite a lot in there if they're standing upright like this. Height wise doesn't really make any difference, but shorter pieces can go in the sort of lower box. The last thing we're going to do now is just tie these pieces together, because obviously they're just loose just now. Just going to put a piece down the back and just screw it in, keep it all nice and in place. So we've just got that. We've just got a piece of pallet in the back there, and we're just going to drill in from the front either side and just keep it all nice and tight together. Okay, nice. So there we go. That's the box is pretty much done, all nice and solid. Last thing we've got to do before we break it all down and sand it and get it ready for glue and final fit up, we'll just go around the back and we're going to lay the stopper, which is where the plywood will butt up to. So this is the final piece of the old table that I've got left, and as you can see we're just going to cut it to length and just screw it down here, and then the plywood has got something to butt up to when it's leaning up. Okay, there she blows, cut to length, looking nice. Okay, that's that screwed in. So I've got a bit of old plywood here. Been kicking around for a good few years. And you get the idea here. Just going to lean it back in like that. And then obviously just stack them in as we go. You can also lean them in that way if we need to, which is again is even better. And if I get really worried about them blowing over in the wind or whatever, I might put a little eye there and just run a bungee round just to keep it in place. But I haven't got a lot of plywood just now, so I'm not too fussed about that. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break it all down, give it a sand, get it all prepped and ready to go, and then I'll come back to you when we're going to start gluing and final fit up. Right. Whoa. Whoa. Right, that's the last of it prepped. So we'll have a quick sweep up and then we're going to have a glue up and a screw up. Right, I've kind of kept everything sort of semi-organised to make my life a bit easier. So we're going to go ahead and get these boards on first. Okay, there we go. Right, that's everything pretty much rock solid now. We'll just flip it round and put the stopper piece for the plywood in place. Here it is, all nicely sanded. We want a bit of glue. We're all done. Pretty happy with that. Another solid day. Stopper's in place now. So the plywood is going to go something like this. So then this side, the boxes, stacking wood like that. On the shelves here, sliding wood like that. And the smaller box, stuff like that. And that's pretty much how it's going to go. So I'm all done for today. Sun's starting to set, so I'm going to wrap it up there, wait till the glue goes off, and then last thing I'm going to do is we're just going to come in and give a final stain and tidy up to all the bits that need it. But that'll be another day.